What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 255, and we're recording on October 23rd, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. No real announcements this week. I want to give a shout out to my dad and my sister. Their birthdays are around this time, so shout out to them.
Happy birthday, guys!
One of them was last week, one of them's in a couple days, so shout out to them. Other than that, we got 4 releases this week. We really couldn't narrow it down. I saw last week that a couple people were asking why we did not cover the Triple S Evolution subunit debut song. The reason is it lost in our polling on our server where we asked our community what songs they want us to cover each week. So if you want to influence that, join the Discord. The 4 songs that made it this week are Chuu's solo debut with Howl, Young Posse's debut with Macaroni Cheese. I bet you all want to hear what we got to say about that. Billlie with Dang Hocus Pocus, and 17 with Gotta Music. I would say the notable song that did not make it this week was Sunmi's Stranger. But just like the name, that's a very strange song, by the way. So go check that one out. But let's start at the top. We got Chuu solo debut with Howl. Formerly of Blackberry Creative, formerly of Luna. She is now just doing her solo thing. She is from ATPR, is the company she is under. And her other song, which was a pre-release, was Underwater, which came out like 2-3 weeks ago. But what kind of song is Howl, Warren, if you had to describe it?
I'd say it's like synth pop, right? I think a lot of the songs that people might be reminded to is Shelter by Porter Robinson. It's like slightly EDM, but also kind of like very melodic, very vocal, very slow tempo. So down tempo EDM, I guess, synth pop.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to get this song from Chuu, right? It's a bit of an evolution on what's expected, because you think of Chuu in your head, you think of like preppiness and cuteness and energy and things like that, and this is pretty much a departure from that, I would say, as a whole. Like,
100%.
If you think about like the song she had when she was in Luna, Heart Attack, I believe, what is it called?
Heart Attack.
Heart Attack? Yeah. That seems like more stereotypical Chuu in my head, right? What you would think. But I kind of like this song, this Howl song. For some reason, the music video, just the vibes and the camera they use and the things like that, it really reminds me, like, I don't know why I'm thinking this, sort of like that Yua Soup song where they have like mythical things going on and stuff like that. I'm getting the same kind of whimsical vibes from it. Like, I'm not saying the songs are anything alike, because they're not. They're totally different.
No.
Yua's was more like an Animal Kingdom theme song for Disney, right? More or less. But this song right here, this Howl song, there's just something about it. I think they're cooking up something good here.
The visuals have this like Y2K cyber, but also like bohemian kind of vibe to it. Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you. I really like it. I definitely see this as a departure from Luna or the previous characterization of Chuu. And I appreciate how this, I don't know. Chuu, let's talk about Chuu for a minute, because like Chuu wasn't the same Chuu we knew 2 years ago. She went through a lot of drama. She went through a lot of scandals, not because of her, but because of her beef with the previous company, which I am glad she's at a position where she can release the music kind of she wants alone now, right? Having gone through all that, we kind of were able to see what Chuu is like behind the scenes a little bit. We saw her go through some IRL issues. So having Chuu come back with like a cutesy, upbeat song, I don't think
it would make sense.
No, that's a little too naive, I think. I think if I were to look at like Chuu previous to all that, I would say maybe like something like Smiley by Yena would work for her.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But this, I feel like, is a lot more appropriate. It's a lot more mature. And I also appreciate that it's building depth to like who she is as an artist, as a person. It feels a lot more genuine, feels a lot more real, feels a lot more... Builds a lot of range too. Like I mentioned earlier, the song's a lot more slower. It's a lot more vocal focused. Earlier on in the song, there's this a cappella section where she just drops her vocals in the first verse without any instrumentals, and there's a bit of like vocal effects going on in the background.
Yes.
Oh my, that was impressive. That was impressive.
I think that set the tone for me. I feel like the fact that it started like that, it made me feel like, oh, okay, this is not going to be a very peppy, very bright song. But I was actually pleasantly surprised how it progressed, because I thought like, oh, the song's going to be very like a little bit more moody, more down based on the beginning, but it picks up a little bit throughout, and I thought that was cool. I agree that there's definitely way more range that I can see her in now.
I agree. Good depth. It does pick up. Like, it's not like boring. You know what I mean? Like, if I think about a lot of the songs, I don't know why, but this seems to be one of the trendy sounds at the moment, like slow, down-tempo, EDM sounds. And I feel like this is definitely one of the better examples where it definitely builds up. The chorus is really interesting. Yeah.
This is a good music video. It's very like aesthetic. The whole thing, they use very interesting filters that almost make it seem like a movie, right? Like
I would watch this movie. I would watch it.
For some reason, when she's sitting in that like shed or whatever this dark scene is, right?
In the beginning,
it kind of reminded me of in the newer Star Wars series when Rey's inside like that one crashed Star Destroyer where it's kind of cavernous and there's just white light coming in. That's what it reminded me of, that shot.
Where she's like scavenging for parts.
Exactly. That's what it reminded me of for some reason, that scene.
I can see why. I see it now.
And then these monsters, like they threw money at this. It's clearly filmed in Europe as well. I like the package as a whole. What's going on? And I feel like Chuu showed some emotional depth as not only a singer, but the acting was pretty good.
Dude, she's crying.
Yeah, because they had a very similar shot last week in the Ginny music video, and I said it just felt real stiff when she's staring at the mirror, just mouthing the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like the lyrics that she was singing, the way her voice was being conveyed, it made sense to do that kind of shot, and it worked. And then afterwards, they held it longer, and then she showed emotions in that, not just a blank stare, and I just feel it worked there, you know?
Definitely.
Like, I'm not completely opposed with just mouthing the lyrics in the camera. I feel like it needs to be appropriate, and I feel like it really was here.
It was very engaging. It was very immersive. I was like, shit, she's crying. Let me cry. Let me shed some tears too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm there.
This is a very exciting start to me. This music video has 13 million views already in 5 days.
Oh my god!
Like these are all very positive signs, I would say. I'm excited. Like, Soloists is one of those things where, because it's only one person, right? A lot of people attempt to do a solo thing, right? A lot of people, like after they've been established, and you could just throw money at it and try, but it's hard to gain like actual leverage and make substantial gains and following. I feel like this is gonna work at the moment, though. I feel like it's a very good outlook.
It's a very good package. I agree with you. Yeah. I do want to touch upon a couple more things before we move on. The lyrics are really pretty.
Are they? Okay.
They're really pretty. They are centered around the theme of healing, moving on with the help of the person. You know, moving on beyond your trouble, beyond your troubled past. It's really pretty. It's not in your face about it either. Like, some of these lyrics, sometimes they're too in your face and it gets a little too much. Here, I felt like there was a bit of an attempt to kind of build depth. And that's where I wish maybe the song was a little longer. The song falls a little short, right under 3 minutes. And I understand that's the norm these days, but this is the kind of track that could be 4. And I would still listen to it because it's an emotion builder. So I think the CG characters in this video are like really well done, I thought. Right? Like, the little monsters? Yeah.
The little monsters. There's like a scene where she's staring into a glass like storefront.
Yeah.
And there's like a guy, and his kind of thing is he kind of sparkles with little fires and stuff around him.
Oh yeah.
And like you could see the reflection on the other side of the on the glass too. There's like it's at 135 in the music video. There's like high production value going on here, and the lighting makes sense, right? It's impressive. Dude, whoever they hired to do it.
I am so glad they can afford all this. Thank you. You can do it.
It must have been expensive, right? Dude, this level of CG in their thing.
If only all the music videos could be this pretty, but I think that's a very high bar.
Something about this felt like Monsters Inc. a little bit too, with these monsters around.
I see that.
Like the big furry guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm excited about this. It might not be like the best song ever, but I think this is a very solid start for her. It makes sense and it establishes what direction she's going. Overall, I got very positive vibes about this one.
I think I agree. This is my favorite post-Luna debut.
Oh, I agree too. I agree. I wasn't super big on either the Air Force One song or the not Lunatic, the Lucemble one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Both are good. Both are good. This is just really good. That is what I'll say. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the song.
Rate it.
Oh yeah, this
Tingly?
one. Oh, I'm gonna put this at the highest of. No, at the lowest of spices I can give. I think it's spicy though. I like the song.
Yeah,
This
spicy.
is a high tingly for me.
Super. Yeah, that's where I think this ranks for sure.
Fair.
All right. Young Posse. Number one. That is a fantastic name. Something about that name, Young Posse.
Young Posse.
This is their debut with macaroni and cheese. Oh, not even and. Macaroni cheese, right? We don't need no and. We don't need it.
I just realized.
They are from DSP Media and Beats Entertainment. And Young Posse is a 5-member girl group under those two labels with Sunhae, Yeonjung, Gianna, Doeun, and Jiun are the 5 members of this group. One of them is literally 13 years old. We will talk about that later once we get there. What kind of song is this? For everyone who's probably like, why are you guys covering this random Nugu rookie group?
Macaroni cheese.
Macaroni cheese. This is another monster of its own. This is a trap pop rap song. If you're familiar with the music of Migos, if you're familiar with the music of Drake, if you're actually I'm leaning more towards Migos and maybe Future.
Yeah.
I would also say I was reminded of within K hip hop, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking of Lil Cherry.
That's what I was thinking.
Visually, Lil Cherry, yes, very much.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sound-wise, it's a very common sound in trap music where for K hip hop artists, it's everyone's done a variation of this at some point. Maybe Beans and Odoki the Quiet 10 years ago.
If I got in a mood and I felt like I wanted to blow my bank account, this is and I was like, I'm gonna make a rap song, right? This would be one of the avenues.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
That's what I would think for sure.
Yep.
This song is something else, dude. It starts off, number one, we're in some dystopian place, right?
Yeah.
Some cyberpunk dystopian place. There's a big old hefty lad in the macaroni cheese stall, right?
The vending machine. Yeah.
The vending machine. And then we get a description of what macaroni and cheese is by a flight attendant, right?
One of the members, yeah.
It's crazy as shit. And this is even before the song starts. You start to get hyped up. You know what's going to happen, right? You're like, oh my God, are they going to do it? And then they do. They go full trap all of a sudden.
Full on trap. Full on rap, chorus, rap, verse, full on. Not even K-pop rapping either. Some of these kids are trying to attempt the lazy, kind of rapping. Again, think Migos. It's the easiest analogy I can give you, and they're there doing the whole whisper rap thing. Even the music video too, like airplane transitions. That's a pretty common trope in hip hop music.
So Warren, you really like this song, right? Unironically, you like this song.
I don't know if I say unironically, but sure, I like the song. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, the beat is pretty good. I was actually a bit surprised by the performance of it too. I think the whole package actually goes well together.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. I would also like to make an aside about last week real quick, about a song that I thought I really hated, but I think I actually like the song. This I've Batty track is my most listened to song this past week, I think.
Wait, seriously?
Oh, wow.
Okay, wow.
And I feel like this Young Posse macaroni cheese is going to be my most listened to for the next week. I don't know. I've been trying to tell myself it's not a good song, but it's kind of it's kind of
macaroni cheese. Macaroni cheese.
I don't think it's a great song, but it's fun, and I'm kind of there was a full commitment, right? Number
Yes.
one, a company like DSP. Let's be honest here. After Kara left, they had Card. Card's doing okay, but I wouldn't say Card's doing super well domestically in Korea, right? They are popular in the West, internationally, South America. That's really true. The boy group, it's not doing too hot, right? This Mide group, I don't think it's doing too hot. They're taking some risks here with this group.
For sure.
Yep.
And I applaud the commitment to do this type of song. Like they're doing, as Warren was saying before the show, they're doing like the kids bop version of like a Migos song, right? Essentially,
yes.
And I applaud them for doing that. The commitment is good, and the kids are clearly like trying, right? And I think they kind of pull it off at the end of the day.
I think so too.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. Like this, I never asked for this. Like I have to admit, like there was a time where I asked for trap music in K-pop. K-pop. And we got some of it. Like there was people like XG was one of them. All the YG folks. There have been several venues of K-pop artists adding hip hop influences into their music. This is completely different. Like I would say this is trap first and then K-pop after. Like
100%.
So that is to say, I 100% understand if this is not up your alley. I like 200% understand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people want us to cover this like ironically, not because they like actually thought it was a great song or something like that.
But it's macaroni cheese. Macaroni cheese. Okay, for all it's worth, other than maybe Gianna, I think their rap has been very impressive so far. For the most part, like Doan is really good with her 4 short bars. Sonia is really good. Yeonjung is one of the earlier people who is rapping in the diner. She's really good too. It's wildly impressive that they wrote the lyrics to this. I'm looking at the credits. Those 4 are the first lyric writers, and then there's a person called Jaden, not Jaden Jung, some different spelling, that comes after that. I think that's also really impressive. Nothing I expected, but also blown out of the water a little bit, you know?
Hey, this Sunhae girl, right?
Sunye, yeah.
Sunhae, dude, she got that it factor going on, I think. Right?
Oh, yeah.
There's something there. Like when they do that beginning bit when she's in the front in her yellow jersey, the number 6 jersey.
Yeah.
And they're doing this choreo, and you watched it, you're like, oh shit,
the
there's something here, right?
Yeah.
That was the most impressive thing, because I thought like, maybe they're gonna do a rap concept and they just got these rappers, and typically rappers don't dance, but like they're doing the dancing too, and it kind of worked with the song. The whoever choreographed this did a great job, I thought.
Apparently there's a guy called Jason. Anita, do you know who that is by any chance?
Jason.
I'm sure there's a lot of Jasons out there.
I have to look it up.
It was really funny because this was directed by a guy called Ben Prue. And that was all over their marketing materials. Ben Prue is a music video director that has worked with other rappers in the past, which was listed, but I don't remember.
There's videos, if you want to go to the main music video, and the number 1 comment is his, saying he was honored to direct it, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
And if you look at his YouTube page, there's all behind the scenes footage. There's raw footage versus the final with the special effects. He has all these cool videos about it.
I can definitely tell like all the influences of like hip hop music videos in this music video. Like for instance, all the CG is very, I don't want to say cheap, but that's what it is, and that's kind of the aesthetic you're going for with some of these videos.
Yeah,
like,
not super clean, a little rough.
Right, like
it adds to the vibe.
Right, like it's like almost surreal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a song about macaroni and cheese. Like you're not going for hyper realism here with the video.
Okay, let's go off of that, right? Let's go off of that.
Okay.
There is an opinion that people are holding in the West.
Okay.
On the Western sites that I am looking at the comments for, where people want to say that this song is very suggestive, right? Warren, you're under the belief that they're literally just talking about macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah, it sounds like people are suggesting this might be doing the same thing Cookie's doing.
Yes, that's what I've seen in a couple places. I don't know. I could see that argument but at the same time, I don't think any. I went through the lyrics. I don't think any of them are like super suggestive. You know what I mean? Like I could see where you couldn't find that. I'm kind of undecided on that front. But what I will say is people have problems because there's a 13-year-old in this group. Like there's literally a 13-year-old. There's a 09 girl whose birthday's in November or something. Young. So she's literally 13. That's where people are finding fault. I don't know, and it might be attributed to the fact that it's this style of music too, and they're associating it with other artists who do this type of music. So it's a stretch. Yeah.
Obviously, if they have hidden meanings built into the song, like I can't I can't tell you what happened in the writer room.
Yeah, I have more a problem of a 13-year-old being in a group independent of the song they're doing.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Now, if you find that this song is suggestive, then of course you have an even bigger issue with a 13-year-old in this group. I would assume, right?
Yes.
So I could see that as well.
I hope so.
I mean, it is worth noting that they did write the lyrics for the most part, as far as I can tell. So I don't think that's something like that was going on, but
the ages in this group is 19 to 13. It's a pretty big difference in where you are in life between those ages.
Where did they even find the 13-year-old? Like, where?
I don't know, dude. They did
cool, me.
Hey, regardless, though, this group is making waves. They are going internet viral at the moment.
Oh, they're going to go viral, all right.
And at the end of the day, like DSP is probably like, we got nothing to lose at this point. Let's just go crazy. I'm assuming a lot of this influence is probably from that other company, Beats Entertainment. I don't know who they are in any capacity.
I can provide some context if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, Beats Entertainment is a new company, relatively new company built by a guy called Keegan. Keegan might be familiar because he was in a trio group called Phantom, which at one point was under Brand New
Hane,
Music.
Right?
Yep, Hane's in there. Yep. Sanchez was in there too.
Sanchez was in there.
Yes,
right.
Oh, so it's one of those guys. Okay.
Yep. So he is coming from a perspective where he's done a lot of like hip hop, R&B music, and now he's venturing off into let me give my own take on doing this thing.
And he probably knows a lot of people, I would assume, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the credits list. It's mostly Keegan, along with the guy called Brick Bridges, which is also a guy who does music of that kind of style. So my guess, especially because the trainees, these members were trainees at Beats Entertainment, apparently. My understanding, my guess is that Beats Entertainment was the creative direction, and DSP Entertainment provided the infrastructure and the production
funds,
and like the management, right? Things like that. Okay.
That is a great collaboration because if I think about DSP Entertainment, do I think they have a strong idea of where they want to be musically? I don't think so. No. But they have the connections.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're like, if you think about DSP like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, they were one of the top companies at the time. So,
right. Yeah.
For sure.
Hey,
overall, this Young Posse joint, whether you like it or not, it's doing well, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. And you are completely entitled to think what you want about it. But hey, they for a group that came out of nowhere, who thought we would be excited about a DSP media related group in 2023?
Yeah, no, I didn't expect that.
Called it.
Like, I'm excited about Card whenever they come back, but like a DSP rookie group, who thought we'd be talking about them, right? Normally, this is a song that just kind of like, it's one of the other big releases of the week. There was a debut from this random company, right? Like, we talked about them. Good for them. That means they're doing something right.
Looking forward to more things.
Next song, we got Billlie with Dang, Hocus Pocus. They're from Mystic Story. The last 3 releases they had was BYOB, Bring Your Own Best Friend. I remember that one. Anoya and Ring My Bell, What a Wonderful World. So they're running with like 5 kids right now.
Currently,
right? Y'all know what the Moonsuwa situation. And then I believe one of the other members is injured or a health issue, right? I believe, yeah. So we got 5 here. How do we, what kind of song? Oh, wait. Young Posse, what are we going to rate this? I'll go.
Ooh.
Warren thinks it's spicy, right?
It's spicy. There is some chili in the mac and cheese.
Oh. High tingly for me.
Mine's a high tingly. They added some cayenne in it. Not like, they didn't add jalapenos or something or habaneros in it. They just added some cayenne in there. Get some spices. Yeah. Billlie, Dang, Hocus Pocus. What kind of song is it, Warren?
I'd say this is pretty, I don't know, like a pretty standard K-pop song. I think for all the songs that Billlie has put out so far, this leans a little bit more into like the typical K-pop girl group sound. It also feels like a sequel to Ginga Mingayo in terms of the sound. Which is really funny because they literally reference Ginga Mingayo in the lyrics.
They do.
Right, early on. It's pretty upbeat. It's pretty kind of mysterious almost, which is in the lyrics a little bit. We can talk about that in a second. But I don't know, Doug, I'm like interested in what you think about the chorus with this track.
Comes off to me a little loud.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying? Right? Like
it's very
intense.
Oh.
I think it's just like 5% too intense.
I think something about it, and I don't know if this is what you were getting, Doug, but I feel like the beat is very constant. Like you don't really get a break from it, and it just becomes like louder in the chorus. Like we really emphasize it in the chorus that it almost felt like a little too much at times.
Yep. Also, the way they did the vocal processing in the chorus.
Yeah,
it kind of feels like
I was
to me
hearing wrong.
When you're in the car with your little cousin. And your little cousin decides to troll you, and then all of a sudden they take the volume knob and go like and turn it up all the way, and then they turn it back down. You know, like that's what it feels like they did in the chorus. It's just so isolated at the high end. You know,
it was very top heavy. Yeah, it was very top heavy. Yeah. And there was a lot of like strangely thrown in autotune. I don't have an issue with autotune itself. It just felt weirdly set up in the mix. On the vocals, I don't know what kind of aesthetic they were going for there. I don't think they were trying to lean into a specific aesthetic or genre with this track. I don't know.
I really like the non-chorusy parts of this song. Whoa.
Did you? I did like that part of the second part of the chorus where they're like. Yeah. Like I know you don't like fillery choruses with all those like random words.
It worked there.
Yeah, no, I think this one of the better examples of that. Like I don't know why people are doing this much these days, but I was waiting for Tsuki to come on because she's obviously the most popular member of the group, and she wouldn't show up until that part came on. I was like, this is perfect for her. Her vocal tone works really well here. I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. One thing I noticed is that sometimes Billie's stuff has been a little too campy for me. This does not come off that way at all, to me, at least.
Yeah, I was going to say, this felt very mild in comparison to other comebacks.
Yeah.
As far as like theming concept. And I almost kind of missed it. I almost felt like, oh, where's the extra stuff?
No, I have not been a fan of the camp. Y'all know that, right? I'm not a very campy person. I enjoyed this song, other than some sound engineering decisions in the front half of the chorus. Other than that, I really enjoyed this song. I thought it was great, and I agree. I think giving Suki that part with the way she talks made complete sense. It was a great decision there.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. What? It's just something like for me, a song is defined by the chorus, right? Because that's what you typically like. That's like what the song lays on.
Yeah, centerpiece. Yeah.
And for me, it was just like, man, it just got loud, and like, it wasn't grating, but it was just like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing here, right? Like,
I think for me, even though it was louder and there's a lot going on. For some reason, it still felt a little underwhelming. I don't know if it was just like the structure of it, where it didn't really feel very novel once you hit the chorus. But I don't know. I feel like with other Billlie tracks, there was always more of a catchy like point part, I would say. For this one, I don't think it was as memorable, at least at first listen.
Yeah. I think for the most part, Billlie is definitely a group that has made a lot of creative decisions, that have done stuff that's out of the box. They debuted with Ring by Ring. Remember that one? Ginga Mingayo was also very out of the box. What else is there? Wasn't there a
I enjoyed Billlie because Billlie kind of feels like, for me, it kind of feels like a gacha box that you buy. Like,
What?
know what you're gonna get.
Let me put it this way. It feels like a gacha box you buy. Because let's say I buy a gacha box of like Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like, oh, I like Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Yeah.
But you might get the character you like, or you might get the character you don't like. But at the end of the day, it's still Jujutsu Kaisen. So what I'm trying to say is, I like Billlie because all the songs are pretty good. But I think it really varies depending on the song I get. For me,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. I can see that.
Also, props to them because I don't think any of their tracks sounded like
No, none of them have
title
been
tracks.
bad. Wait, none of them sound like what in
could
here?
be-
Title track?
I don't think they sound similar. Like the title
Oh
tracks,
yeah.
which
I
can
think
be
it's pretty
good
diverse.
or bad depending on how you look at it.
I enjoyed the Bring Your Own Best Friend more than this one though, on a personal level.
I like
I
this way more
agree.
than BYOB. I'll be honest.
Oh,
Yeah, BYOB I think is great. Don't get me wrong, but that felt even less novel in that aspect, where it's like,
That's very fair.
yeah,
That's very fair. We had like 3 of those songs in 2 weeks or something, right?
yeah,
Something like that.
I was like,
when were
if we get
covering that.
one more of this, we're getting like
yeah.
bland, not mild, bland.
But yeah, I think Billlie has really found their niche though within the girl group sphere. I think they're solidly in the mid tier. I think things are looking up as well for them. We just need like a, if they released like a Ginga Minga Yo now with the establishment that they've done, I think they might pop off a little more.
No, but they've established this
Okay.
much because of Ginga Mingayo though.
I know. That's the paradox here.
Can't have the chicken without the egg.
I feel like if they're gonna be campy, they should just do campy. That's how I feel. I want a commitment.
But you said you don't like the
I might not like it, but I can respect it. That's
You
what I'm
respect
trying to say.
it.
I respect it
Oh.
also. Yeah,
I mean, I still feel like the camp is there a little bit.
it's a little bit there. The especially the pop 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 pop. Right? I think so. I think there's some weirdness though.
But I do agree with you. It's no more than standard K-pop levels of camp. I would agree with you actually. Yeah.
Billie's like that kid in your class who's a little weird, but it's like an intriguing weird. You know what I mean? You're like
weird.
They're like, this kid has interesting hobbies and interests, but you're like, it's okay.
Luna Lovegood.
Yeah, like that. Exactly. Something
yeah.
like that. That's what Billlie feels like to me. It's like they're like the person who's really into horses or something in your class, but you like they're like, you never had like a horse girl in your class or horse boy in your class.
I feel like that's a very acceptable hobby. I'm thinking even something more out there. I don't know, like.
Well, in the 90s, that was considered like one of the weird tropes. It's
Oh,
like,
was
it? The horse person, I thought. Maybe it's just me. But
I'm thinking more like rock
Yeah.
collectors.
hey,
Oh.
if you want to do that too, that's kind of cool. I'd be willing to have a conversation about your rocks.
There
know?
you go.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's like they have an interesting interest, or like their family is like they make cheese and they sell it, right? For the macaroni cheese kids.
Sure.
They make the cheese, and you're like, cheese making, I guess. That's kind of cool, right? Like exactly.
Sure.
That's how I feel about Billlie.
Oh man.
Let's move to a group that is doing extremely well. We got. Oh wait, where do we feel about this one? I forgot after every single song this week. It's a tingly.
Low
This is-
tingly.
It's just tingly
It's
for me.
tingly, yeah.
Let's go to the last group. 17, God of Music. They are from Pledis. Last 3 songs were F My Life, Super, and World. 17th Heaven by 17 has recorded 5.2 million pre-orders. The highest number for a Korean act in the history of whatever chart that was from.
Oh my god.
So that is the amount of pre-orders, meaning that K-pop music stores in Korea and abroad ordered 5.2 million albums that they wanted to be shipped to them.
Oh my god. Okay.
On Hanto, which is more or less the metric of in hand, like how many of these albums made it into someone's hand, right? They now hold the top 2 best-selling albums in the first day on Hanto. FML did 3.99 million albums sold.
Whoa.
This one is at 2.68 million, and it's still counting at the time of this recording.
Okay.
So on day 1, they sold 2.7 million albums went into the consumers.
and we're still counting
Yeah, it could be higher.
because
Probably.
day 1 is still ongoing, I guess, as of recording date.
Or the numbers aren't out for it. Yeah.
Okay. That is scary.
It's ridiculous, is it not?
That's scary.
What kind of song is this?
Sorry, I was lost for words for a minute. Gato music is it's like feel good funk pop, soul funk pop track, a bit disco as well. There's these disco guitars, disco brass.
The brass.
Oh yeah. I think that's as pretty straightforward as it gets. It reminded me a lot of the earlier stuff 17 used to do, before they started trying out different things. But then again, I'm not the most familiar with the earlier stuff 17 has done, so I don't know. This felt like a take on the disco-inspired boy group music that's been around the market for the last couple of years, and for the most part, it was pretty solid in my head. So. I don't know what you guys think.
I thought it was so enjoyable. I really, I feel like this particular release, looking at their previous title tracks, it sounds very refreshing.
Oh.
And I'm a fan of the genre. I like the more funky brass sound. And I think it's super catchy. The chorus, at least. I don't know. I feel like it captured, like you mentioned, a little bit of the debut sound and energy, I would say, that 17 had.
It's very, very good vibes. Let's just kind of have
like
fun.
Feel good. Yeah.
If you think about it, that FML album and the 17th Heaven were both released in 2023, right? They're gonna sell like 8 to 10 million albums this year alone.
Oh, wow.
Just think about it.
Didn't realize that.
And if they profit like, I don't know, $5 to $10 an album, that's like 80 to, it could be 80 to 100 million right there in profits just from the albums.
You're set.
I feel like this song is a very textbook example of like upbeat positive K-pop. You know?
Yeah.
It's a very textbook example of that. I wouldn't like the song that I kept thinking of when I was listening to it, not because they sound super similar, but the same vibe. This one reminded me a little bit of like Dynamite to me from BTS.
Okay.
Getting the same kind of energy.
Oh.
I wrote 17 in their Dynamite era.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, same.
And you know, there's 17 elements here. Like there's can you explain the Kungji Patji stuff, Warren?
Oh,
the main chant that's going on in the second half of the chorus?
It's just onomatopoeia for drum sounds. Like kung is kick drums, pa is like snare drums, and chi is supposed to be hi-hats. So like kung chi pa chi, you know, like do you kind of hear it? Like
I get what you're saying.
yeah, we should know this. We've done drumming in Korean drumming. It's like kung.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's been a hot minute. Yeah, like they're at the point where, like, let's put it this way: if your rookie boy group is just doing very positive textbook K-pop, I don't know how much people will grasp it because it's like a very common sound. But when a group like this, who's established, who's been doing other different types of songs lately, does this once in a while, it kind of works here, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Everyone's line segments were pretty long too, right? They gave everyone a good chunk each for sure. The distribution was very notable. I think it made sense here. They're also having a lot of fun, which is good. They're excited because they're about to count all this money that they're about to make. And they're gonna go to the bank account and just count the number of digits on the screen, right?
Boy, I'd be dancing too. Like,
and if you're in Korea, you get to add 3 extra digits, so the number looks even bigger, right? so it's even a more
billion
massive
ones,
number.
boy.
Yeah, exactly. This was clearly filmed not in Korea. I'm going to guess it was like
US?
No, there was a scene with goats on a field. That's why I'm gonna guess New Zealand is my guess.
Oh.
That's what it feels like to me. Because there was some European
Yes.
stuff going on, right? Some of the architecture looked a little European. There was a goat
New
scene.
Zealand?
I think it was New Zealand, if I had to guess, or Australia, something like that.
I mean,
I could be completely wrong though. But
they have a lot of
those
money.
are
They
the
could
vibes,
be. They have a lot of money. They could be
Yeah,
filming
they-
in like 4 locations. Like,
They could. Yeah.
not
the
that
other
they
thing I
would.
liked
should.
that they had the Kungji Pachi section. I enjoyed how this song had a definitive. This is the part we want you to remember, guys. Right here.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yes, I
remember
appreciate
how I've been
that.
I've been complaining for like the last couple months that no song has any like super memorable section that you're supposed to remember I think the macaroni cheese, like, of course you're gonna remember macaroni cheese, macaroni, like all that. But on this type of song for 17, it's like, this is the point. Here, guys, here it is. Here's the killing part for you guys. Let's go, right? I enjoy when K-pop groups and companies make the decision to do that. Do we like any specific parts? Anyone's vibes, Anita? Who were you digging in this music video today?
I think everybody, like you mentioned, the distribution of lines was really well done, and I like that everybody had like their shot as well.
Oh yeah.
So I think overall I thought everybody did really, really well. Also, I guess also in reference to like the Dynamite comparison, this felt like very movie-like in a way in a lot of the shots, right?
Yeah.
Like the big crowd behind them dancing all together, like very wide shots of like the set or the scene, like where they're at. I don't know. It felt like very grand, but also very.
You know what it feels like? It feels like at the end of a High School Musical, they're like, "We did it, guys! We saved the musical again! Let's dance!" Yeah, and then everybody starts dancing. You know what I mean?
I was wrong. It's not New Zealand or Australia. It's the United Kingdom and Budapest. The bridge scene was in Budapest in Hungary, and the rest of it was in the UK.
Wow.
Which makes sense because, you know, UK, they used to control New Zealand and Australia. Yeah. So
world politics. What is the UK doing?
Another thing that I wanted to point out that I thought was interesting was just like the theming of the song, like the lyrics of it. I thought were really, like when I heard the title track, I was like, oh, is this going to be like very intense, like super, like, you know, where it's kind of known like, oh, you are the best, like that kind of vibe. That's what I thought. But this had like a very more like thankful, like grateful vibe to it, which I thought was really, really nice. I think it complemented the sound really well.
Wait, I remember what my favorite part was. The guitar solo.
Oh, I was waiting to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, right? That was amazing. That was amazing.
Uzi killed it. That was great.
That was great. It was very
transition.
different than, especially the sounds that were coming out there. I don't hear those ones all that often, but it worked so well here.
And it's very consistent with, cohesive with the genre too. So, not complaining. Going back to what Anita said real quick. So the lyrics are probably why I'm not going to listen to this track too much.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is it just really
Is it
positive?
too cheesy for you?
It's a little too cheesy for me.
I can see that.
Like,
That's fair.
You know, like I'm not a person that has no soul or heart. But when I don't know. I think it's a little too forward about. You like music? I like music. Let's dance, everybody! Like, if I was watching a movie and this was the end of it, I'd be like, okay, our adventure's over. Let's dance, guys. But like this, I don't know.
We defeated the bad guy.
Right.
Yes.
With the power of friendship and music. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get that.
Yeah. In the right context, I definitely listen to it. But on the other hand, I mean, I wouldn't skip it either. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. It's just, if it's there, I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll wait for the.
It kind of had like it did have like a Disney vibe at certain points, you know, like everyone's happy. You should be happy too.
Rainbows, colors.
Yeah, but no, I like the song from 17 as a whole. I think it makes complete sense. The song here. All right,
Good shit.
I think this one is a spicy song. I enjoyed this one thoroughly.
Spicy as well.
I give it tingly.
All right, other big releases from this week include Jay Chang from Boys Planet. He had 2 solo debut songs with Rockstar and I'll Be There. Bobby released Hercules with Just This. Elast released Kiss Me Baby. Sunmi released Stranger. Yoon Ha released Flight. Unite released Love It. Superkind released Beam Me Up. I don't know how to pronounce this
QWER.
QWER released Discord. Man, they're really going for this computer theme, I guess. Extraordinary Heroes released Pluto. Kingdom released Coup d'etat. NCT New Team. Anita, it seems like they're going with the name New Team.
Oh, that's a stupid ass name.
I'm very confused because HYBE has End Team, right? Which is the Japanese unit. So I feel like why? I don't know.
So it's on the music video NCT New Team with Hands Up. This is the kids that won the TV show, right? To debut the Japanese version of NCT, right?
Yes.
And then Chanyeol released Good Enough. And then probably the only other song you're wondering about this week is the Kid Laroi Jungkook Central C Too Much song. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't even put it on the poll because it wasn't on the list that I normally reference, nor was it in our music video channel. So no one put it in there.
I guess it's more of a feature.
So that one's on me. I get like if you want to be pissed, that's on me, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll talk about it in a future setting. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. Is that all you're gonna say, Warren?
I'm the one filtering the comments.
Yeah. Okay. Spice King. We're here now. Last week, G-Idol, I Want That picked up its second crown. TXT, Chasing That Feeling was in second, and then Jinny, Come On, featuring Amine was in third. The new candidates are the 4 songs we covered this week: Chuu, Howl, Young Posse, Macaroni and Cheese. Not and cheese, Macaroni Cheese, Billlie, Dang, Hocus Pocus, and 17 Gotta Music.
You got a chart.
I don't have a chart.
What?
Let me.
Oh, you don't?
Someone didn't do their homework.
17 in first.
Correct.
G-Idol in second, Chuu in third. That's my chart.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that.
All right.
I just can't put the mac and cheese on my chart, man.
Macaroni cheese.
I just can't. I can't bring myself to.
Look at Tuggy.
I'll start with number 1.
I was going to put Baddie in first, by the way, at a certain point
Really?
this week. Yeah, I was very close.
Get out.
Whoa, what happened? Why didn't
He
you?
woke up from the dream.
Keep going, Anita.
All right.
Number 1. I also have 17. Got a music. I really like it. Very feel good. Very nice. I like the energy they got going on for this one. So put in first. Second place, I didn't get to cover the song, but I also enjoyed it. I'm gonna put TXT, Chasing That Feeling.
Ooh, Chasing That Feeling.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're still going with this more synthy sound, which I thought was kind of phasing out, but I think still good. So I'll put it in second, and then in third place, kind of a game time decision. It's not Young Posse, but I'll put G-Idol.
I want that. Oh my. I want that big fat Cadillac SUV.
I did consider it. I did consider the macaroni cheese one because I was pleasantly surprised.
Macaroni cheese. Woo!
All right. This is my defining moment.
You got Hot Mac in first place, dude.
I got Hot Mac in first place.
Oh my god.
Here's why.
I knew you would have it. I didn't think number 1.
Here's why. Let me elaborate. First of all,
Go ahead.
I respect the decision to do something wildly different. I respect the execution, the commitment, and how good they are with it. I also think it's kind of fun. It's just fucking mac and cheese. I don't know what you're expecting. It's a lot of people have been saying that reminds them of like second generation quirky K-pop. The kind of K-pop that doesn't take it too self-seriously. I respect that too. They made a lot of decisions that nobody else makes, and they did, for the most part, a pretty applaudable job, I think. Other than a couple of the sections of the verse, I have no issues with the track. Good music video too.
Dang.
Easy peasy, first place. I can't believe y'all didn't give this track a higher rating. Chuu with Howl on second place for me. Again, pretty emotional, pretty reflective of her as a person and an artist. Always dig it when people kind of line that up together. I was actually between these 2 tracks for first place. So there you go. I think that's also a really good track. You should check it out if you haven't checked it out yet for some reason. That leaves me with God of Music for 17 on third place.
Okay.
It's a pretty solid track. We haven't done something like that in a while, and I think that works definitely in their favor, because every time I hear something like this after a while, I'm like, damn, yeah, let's go. I'm not an evil monster. Disney movie time.
Wow. Go Chuu gang, and the SojuTalk Nation together. They voted, and in first place with 78 points, 17 God of Music.
Nice.
In second place, man, I have to do math these days. With 70 points is Chuu Howl, and in third place we got with 53 points a G Idol. I Want That. So that is the Go-To Gangs chart this week. They got 17 in first. Second place they got Chuu. Third place they got G Idol. I Want That. By the way, adding the SojuTalk Nation into the vote has been affecting things. Definitely.
Yeah.
Which I think is great, and we've been having more participation, which is great.
Thank you guys.
As a result, we got a tie for third place, y'all. With 5 points each, we have G Idol, I Want That, and we have Young Posse, Macaroni Cheese. Warren.
Let's go.
In second place with 7 points, we have Chuu Howl, and in first place, with 16 is 17 God of Music. So Warren's first place vote for
Let's go.
Crowns. Yeah. I should probably leave a comment tomorrow when I drop the episode apologizing for not putting the Jungkook song into this episode. I just thought of this. I'm definitely going to. I apologize again, everyone.
Hey, we'll do a twist stream later where we cover all the songs we skipped. This will be on there.
Finally, we're show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes. First off, we have Akmu with Lovely. They won on Inkigayo, and they have a total of 5 wins so far with that one. Then we have with NCT 127 with Fact Check. They won in Show Champion. Total of 4 wins for them. I have Jungkook with 3D featuring Jack Harlow. Won an M Countdown, so win number 3 for him. Then TXT with Chasing That Feeling. First win on Music Bank. And then Im Young-un with Do or Die. First win on Show Music Core.
I'm going to be honest here. That Im Young-un song is bad.
A very futuristic one?
Yeah, right? It's bad.
I've heard it.
It's interesting.
It's like...
Anita, if you tell me it's interesting, that's like, I know you're saying it's like awful.
Okay, this is what I'll say.
No.
Like, I like Im Young-un. I like him as a person. I like his trap music, right?
Do you? Okay.
You know how Gang was Rain's foray into hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is Im Young-un's foray into mainstream pop music, like K-pop specifically. I'm not saying they're equally as bad, but that's what it felt like to me. It's
Okay.
like,
I could see that.
like, fam, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here?
I heard the first couple seconds. It sounds like FIFA opening from like 2008.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he raps too, which is crazy.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Thing. Full experience.
Exactly. This is like when you show up to something and you see someone you didn't expect. You're like, fam, why are you here? You know, like that's what this feels like. Yeah, but go check it out for sure. Support. All right, that ends part 1. So just like episode 255. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 255, where we're going to cover some news and events from the past week. Okay. We got some big movement and other things in the 50-50 attract lawsuit with the givers on involved, all that stuff, you know.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
if you feel like that whole story felt a little constipated, well, it all moved this week, guys.
Out the hole.
Okay, so first thing that happened, y'all remember last week that it was revealed that Kina went back to Attract, right? She said, I'm not involved in the lawsuit. I'm good with Attract. I'm back at Attract. We're Gucci. We're best friends, right? That's what she said, essentially.
Okay.
Well, 50/50 member Kina gave an interview with Dispatch. It's even on here, the TMI K-pop Twitter, they said this is very long and there's more to come. So I'm just gonna try to summarize what we got so far.
Okay.
There's also apparently floating out there a transcript of a phone call between Kina's father and An from The Givers, who, So the way I'll describe this before we even get into it, context. It feels like the Attract and Kina play is to make An the bad guy, 100%. Right? That's the play, is to put it all on him.
Right. Okay.
Where I don't think we can ignore some of the stuff that came out last week from the other three members in terms of the health issues and things like that, right?
No.
So I don't think that Attract is 100% innocent in this, but the way this Dispatch interview and what how Kina and how Attract are acting, they're just blaming it all on An, right? That's the first thing.
Okay.
For review, Kina is a member of 50/50 who withdrew her appeal and has went back to Attract. CEO Jun is the CEO of Attract, who is the entertainment agency that owns 50/50. And then An is the CEO of The Givers, who was the management company, which was basically retained by Attract, right? There's layers to this.
Right.
The first thing that came out, they even have it in sections. The first one is called the COVID test, right?
What are these chapters?
What?
Okay.
So basically, one of the other members, Senna, I think something like, I don't know her name specifically. I should probably, let me look that up.
I think it's Senna, yeah.
Senna, she and the other members, well, they said Senna informed Attract that she had tested positive for COVID. This was right before all the lawsuits happened, right? This is while they were still under Attract. The way apparently the photo of the COVID test that she sent to Attract, it has metadata on it, right?
Okay.
It had the latitude and longitude and altitude of the photo, the location that this photo was taken.
When it was taken,
Right, phone location information, yeah.
The photo was addressed to one area that was 15 kilometers away from the 50/50 dorm.
Okay.
Okay.
And the latitude and longitude and altitude lined up with An's house.
So the photo was taken inside of An Sung-il's house.
Yes. And what Kina's saying is that they took that he sent them that photo and they sent it to Attract in order to gain time, in order for them to leave the dorm and then sue Attract. So they made up that they got COVID. So An basically was like, so what they're claiming, what Attract and Kina is claiming is that An came to them. He said, y'all are unhappy with Attract for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I'm not that happy with them. But if we're going to sue them and we're going to get you guys out of your contracts, we need an excuse to get you guys out of the dorm, or else they're just going to control you, right?
Right.
So what Senna and Attract is saying is that An formulated this plan to get a positive COVID test, mail it to Attract so they don't come to the dorm for a couple days, get the girls out of the dorm, and then sue them.
Okay. They were going to
That's
buy
the
time.
claim.
They were going to buy
time. That was
Okay.
to buy time. Isn't that insane?
Elaborate.
Okay, I'm also looking at the Dispatch article where this is all revealed. There's like photos of like them like finding the apartment.
Yes, they talked about how they went to the longitude, latitude, and then they said, well, if it's these longitude, latitude, and it's 50 meters above ground, and they found out that An does own a home in this neighborhood. They're like, it's all pretty much true, is what Dispatch is saying.
Okay, Dispatch investigation at its best. I buy this. I buy this. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the forgery. This is the situation where Kina and others have claimed that An changed the copyright rights to Cupid, right?
Yes.
The signature
So,
thing?
the what? The signatures thing,
signature?
yes. So Kina said that he forged my signature and it dropped my copyright percentage from 6.5 to 0.5 without my like giving consent or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad, is it not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and she's even talking in the interview. She was saying how like of course she lost all her trust in him. Her parents were super pissed about it. Yada yada yada. Right?
I'd be pissed off if my
Yeah,
monies go away from 6% to 0.5%.
So that's the second thing. The major thing is the forgery, obviously. So she basically said, "Yep, what you heard previously that he was forging signatures." She said that's all true. He did that to me.
Okay.
The third thing is called the gaslighting, right? So the main thing is basically Kina is saying that An had a big campaign to gaslight the members into believing that Attract was the bad guys and they had no money and they were evil for not wanting to take Warner Music's money and things like that. Because she said that An told the group members that the company was about to go under and they had no money and it was struggle city. And then they're like, and An said, well, he's like, I know these people at Warner Music who want to invest 20 million in us, but this stupid CEO at Attract doesn't want to take the money. So that's how he got them to like switch on Attract. But meanwhile, Attract is saying none of that was true anyway. We didn't need money and things like that. It was all fine.
Okay. Here's another piece of detail that's in the interview, right? Kina, according to Kina, the members were brought into the Givers meeting room, and there the Givers producers gave them three options. They gave them three options. They said you guys can choose. 1, receive investment from CJ. 2, receive investment from Kakao. 3, go under. And my question is, why is that up to the members?
That's what I'm wondering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What? What?
But
Not
he basically
issue.
used like the leverage that, oh no, we have offers from CJ and Attract, but stupid not Attract. We have offers from CJ and Warner, but the stupid CEO doesn't want to take them, guys. Like, what is going on here? He's just trying to ruin you all. So that's what Kina's saying, that's how they were all convinced to turn on Attract. That's her claim. He was using that as leverage against them.
What a mess. Still a
Yeah.
mess.
And then the other thing is more just a corroboration of that with the Warner stuff and how like she was like, I don't really know. She's like, he kept telling us we needed money, but then John didn't want to take any money, so of course I was pissed, right? Because An was telling us that we needed money or we're gonna go under. And she was and she's like, and yeah, we weren't making money, so I assumed we were going under, yada yada yada, right? Like things like that.
The way I'm reading bits and pieces of the interview, the way it's worded, it seems like they were provided a lot of information, true or not, about the financial situation about the company. But Kina says a lot in this interview that she didn't know what buyout means. She didn't know the difference between the Givers and Attract, nor did her parents. She didn't even know what going under meant, legally speaking. Like, she didn't know where all these funds investors were coming from. Lots of information without a lot of context, but hefty decisions that will lead them to I don't know, like this. I'm not sure if gaslighting is always a word I like to use, but I mean, I think this is
Something like that.
So basically, Kina's at the end of the day, Kina's saying that An of the Givers gaslit us into suing Attract and trying to get out of the contracts.
Dang.
That's essentially what the overall crux of this is. It's kind of crazy.
Well,
And she's saying he formulated the whole plan to get us out of there, but then at the same time he screwed me over on my copyright royalties, right? So so she's like, she's basically from her perspective saying, I got double crossed. I got convinced to sue Attract to get out of my contract, and then the same guy who's telling me to do that stole my money from the copyright. Like,
here's a direct quote from the interview. Dispatch asked, well, where do you think An Sung-il's gaslighting was actually at? Kina says, he told us, An Sung-il told us this. I raised you guys. I put you guys on Billboard. We filmed the music video with my money. We bought the song with my money. CEO Jun does not care. He only thinks about investors. More investment means more debt, which you guys will have to pay.
That makes no sense.
That's not how investment works.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, especially in this era. Yeah.
As I said in the beginning of this segment, take it with a grain of salt, because like this is just one side, obviously, of the situation. But some of this seems kind of like, especially this COVID test situation here, and then the forgery situation here. I don't think some of these things are up for as much debate, right? Like the gaslighting, sure. The confused, like I was confused about the situation, sure. You could say like, I don't know, but this forgery thing and this COVID test thing kind of seems like a bit of a smoking gun to me, you know?
It's not a good look.
No, not at all. No. So that's where we are with that. And we just got that on October 20th. So we were like, well, I wonder what's going to happen now. Like she said her part. We found out yesterday on the 22nd that Attract announced the termination of the exclusive contract with the other 3 members of 50/50. So they are no longer. So the lawsuit is over. The initial lawsuit to get out of the contracts. You know, it got dismissed, right?
Right.
And then they filed an appeal, but the Attract's like, you know what? Get out of here, guys. Right? That's essentially what they said there. They said they're still at the moment going to pursue the counter lawsuit, I believe, which is what they filed against the members. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
This feels like a build-up. Because if they retain Kina, an original member of 50/50, there is, room to add new members to the group.
Rebuild.
Right? Now that it's only a 1-person group, it feels like they are preparing for a 50/50 season 2, if you will, with new members.
It's just a mess. I think at the end of the day, everyone is just so tired of this whole situation, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, this is a messy situation. This is messy as it gets.
I don't know what's gonna happen going forward, but it's a goddamn mess. Yeah, so that's where we are with this. We'll see what happens going forward. The next thing that happened in the news, so EXO had a lot of things come out this week, right? First one, SBS shared that Chanyeol and Sehun have signed exclusive contracts with individual activities with the new agency. The members will also still remain with SM for group activities. The new agency is shared to have been established by former IHQ CEO Jung-hoon Tak. So this is saying that Chanyeol and Sehun, for their individual stuff, said, I don't want to be involved with SM anymore. My solo career, my variety show appearances, all that. But I'll still do the EXO thing with y'all if you want. So that's what this article is claiming.
Interesting.
And then I believe that, was it this one? Oh yeah, so right here, I had the order up. So SM denied it though. They said it's not true. SM denied the news about Sehun and Chanyeol moving to a new agency. Quote, the contract between SM and the EXO members, which was signed at the end of last year, is still valid, and the EXO activities will continue under SM. But they want to be out of SM for the non-EXO activities, so I don't know where legally this all stands.
Interesting.
Deny that.
So we might have some more lawsuits with EXO and SM. So there's that one.
That's fun.
Next one. Dio was reported to leave SM and join a new agency founded by one of his managers, but will still continue EXO activities at SM.
Some more of this.
What's going on?
Oh man.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, we'll have to see where EXO goes with this, because it feels like they at least want to go.
I don't want to get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a more positive note, though, Chen finally had a wedding ceremony. So him and his wife were legally married since 2020, but were unable to hold the ceremony in the past, probably due to public scrutiny and COVID. I would assume both of those things together.
Okay.
It is shared that all EXO members, including Kai, were in attendance. Kai's in the military, right? Yeah, so they all were there.
Yeah. He can't take vacations. That's a thing.
So good for
PTO.
them.
Yeah.
There were pictures. It's public knowledge now. There were pictures, and you know how when they normally have like a non-celebrity spouse, they hide the face and all that, right?
Yeah.
It's public now. What she looks like too.
Oh,
Why didn't they hide her face?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but there's just pictures all over the place. Yeah. So congratulations.
Congrats to
Congrats to
the
them.
loving couples.
Yeah, I don't know if they meant to do that or people were okay with that, but the pictures are out there.
I don't. Maybe not on purpose. I'm looking at the official output, like press release. They're all hiding her face.
Well, it's kind of too late because it's all over the internet. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Privacy. I guess it's not a thing. So you remember those arrest warrants for the Cacao people? One of the dudes, if they did give the warrant. So the arrest warrant was issued for head of Cacao Investment, Bae Jae-hyun, based on allegations of manipulating the stock market during Cacao's acquisition for control of SM Entertainment.
Bloody.
The court has said that there was a risk that he would destroy evidence and/or flee the country.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So this man is in the investment sector of Cacao. So he is a hotshot in the big conglomerate, right? So this guy's salary is probably humongous, right?
Oh, big boy.
He's one of the top players in terms of the business side at Cacao, and they have a warrant out for his arrest because I don't think they would issue this unless they were fairly certain there's like a smoking gun somewhere, right?
Going on.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see. The other two guys, they didn't give it. Yeah.
Because of the way law works in Korea, if he actually gets like punished for all this and I don't know the details of the law, but if he has to pay more than a certain amount of money, that goes against the law about being the owner of a private bank. He owns Kakao Bank right now. Pejeon.
Oh my god.
So that means they'd have to sell Kakao Bank.
So unrelated.
Yeah.
But the founder of Cacao is being investigated for fraud and embezzlement
Yep.
due to a cryptocurrency. His relationship to that. Yes.
So Kakao stocks have been dropping.
See.
Yeah. They ain't do looking too good. Right?
They've been dropping like some wildfire. I would sell if it's not too late.
So that's that.
not coming
And
back
then
up.
we got the Mama nominees were announced and the pre-voting has begun.
Oh shit.
So the ceremony will take place at the Tokyo Dome. That's a huge venue.
That's a big deal.
On November 28th and 29th. Let's go through some of the big things. We got Best New Male Artist. Boy Next Door, Even, Rise, Zykers, is that how I pronounce that? And Zero Base One. You gotta give it to Zero Base One, guys. Come on, what are you doing here?
Boys Next Door though.
They're no, this is Mnet. This is Mama. It's definitely going to Zero Base One.
Okay, that's true. That's
Boys
fair.
Planet. Yeah.
And then we have the new female artists. Man, there are so many of these smaller girl groups that I just don't know the names of these days.
Adia. We talked
Adia?
about this. Yeah.
Idea.
L's Up, Kiss of Life, Limelight, Triple S. You know, I'd probably give it to Triple S because I think they deserve it, or Kiss of Life because they've had a lot of music videos and stuff like that. But they're 100% going to give it to L's Up. Let's be honest here, guys. We got Best Male Group, EXO, NCT Dream, 17, Stray Kids, Treasure, TXT. This has been 17's year, to be honest.
Yep. I agree.
I'm going to guess that 17 probably wins at least the Daesang for best album because of their album sales this year. I would guess. Best female group: aespa, G-Idol, IVE, LE SSERAFIM, New Jeans twice. You got to probably give it to New Jeans this year. Probably Ditto or Hype Boys. I'm going to guess is going to win Song of the Year Daesang.
Just like Hype Boy? That's last year.
Oh, not Hot Boy. Ditto is Ditto this year?
Ditto was
Ditto
December.
counts, I
No,
think.
it counts
Does it?
because
It counts.
it's after the award show,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have like a
OMG.
2023 proper. It's like from the last award show, I believe.
So probably Ditto then, or OMG,
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
or
like
Super
that.
Shy.
I would assume they're probably going to win a
Oh,
couple
they're
day songs
trying.
this year. People are saying that New Jeans has a pretty good chance to win Artist of the Year. That's
I would agree with that. Yeah.
It's a big.
best male artist:
Award.
Jimin, Jungkook, Im Young-un, Park Jae-jung. I don't know who that is.
That's-
Taeyang and V.
That's a pretty stacked lineup. Very
Stacked.
BTS.
Yeah, I would give it to Jungkook.
Oh no, V. That
V?
EP was great. Yeah.
It's one of those two. Best female artist: Chaeyeona, Hwasa, Jun Somi, Jihyo, Jisoo, Chaeyeon.
Jesus, who's Jisoo again? Oh, sorry, fuck, Blackpink Jisoo. I thought of my friends Jisoo. Like I have a friend.
You know, if I think about which of their songs has gone viral, right? This is I think a 3-horse race right now.
Oh, okay. Between.
I love my body, the body,
Yeah.
and then fast forward,
I love that song.
and then probably Jisoo. I think it's one of those three.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it would come down to one of those three. I don't know which one. Then there's a bunch of other things, dance performance. I want to give it to Rover, by the way. That's what I was looking at. I think that's the best dance for the guy groups. Girl group, in terms of the dance that went most viral, I think you gotta give it to Fast Forward, right?
Personally, that's my
Same.
opinion too.
Same.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Song of the year, there's a... Oh, wait, let's look at this. Which of the New Jeans songs are on this list? It's Ditto. Is
Only
the one
Ditto?
we have on here. Only Ditto is on here.
What?
Only Ditto?
What about OMG?
Oh, maybe they only get one song each per person.
No, BTS has 2.
Wait, Big Naughty has
Naughty
two.
has 2?
Big Naughty
Yeah.
has. Cho Dong-yeon has 2. New Jeans should have 2. What? Dude, bloody hell, dude. What? Okay. I mean, Ditto's on it. That's the
People
one
are
that
also
matters.
saying there's an out there. People are saying they might give one of the day songs to IVE and then give New Jeans like Artist of the Year. That's another room thought I was having.
I'll be okay with that.
And then Artist of the Year, there's a big list here. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess this year it's between 17 and New Jeans. One of them. It's my overall feeling.
That will be the safe
about
bet.
this
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much this award show. I'm very excited to see what the day songs look like this year. I think that G-Idol got shafted in a lot of them last year when they probably should have won some.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And then finally, FNC has announced their group. It's called Ampers and One.
Ampersand one.
One? Ampersand
These
one?
names, dude. I can't
Wait,
like.
What
I
is
could
that?
barely pronounce them on face level anymore. Some of these groups, but this is the group that's gonna have Camden in it and Jiho
Oh.
from Boys Planet. That's this group.
Interesting.
So
Ampersand one.
I actually think this is really clever.
What is that?
Hear me out, right?
What is it? What is it?
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. The little character between Ampers and one, that's and, right? You read it as and, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
But like the character itself is called an ampersand.
yeah, that's true.
Ampers
That's
and
what it is.
one.
Yeah.
Ampersand one. That's pretty clever.
That's too much brain cell usage, dude. I got like 4 of them left, and like I can't be bothered. At this
You're not
point.
that old. Shut
Clever,
up.
it's
But
clever.
it's happening in November. I forgot to mention at the show, the post show. What we're doing is a
Best of 2013 throwback
yeah.
World Cup.
Best of 23. That's gonna be exciting, dude. I'm excited about that. In terms of songs next week, we got another busy October week. Ailey
As
won,
always.
One Packed, Ghost 9, Jesse, Bi, Got7 Mark, La Seraphim, Niziu, Taemin, and there's a new group called Zodiac, I believe, something
Wait,
like that.
did I hear that correctly? The Seraphim is coming back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, also,
excited.
La Seraphim has a collaboration with Overwatch 2 right now.
Oh,
And apparently they're gonna add skins into the game for some of the characters that are Le Seraphim based.
Whoa.
Yo, I
would
should
just get
reinstall.
I want all the big macho dudes to get Le Seraphim skins. Like I think that would like Reinhardt did or like Roadhog. But look, here's a picture. They cartooned them. They all look it looks really cute.
Oh, that looks good.
Here, let me get it on this.
That actually kind of looks
That's
like
really
them.
nice.
Isn't this really cute?
I can tell who's who. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, my difficulty is which one of these is Kazuha and which one of these is Sakura. That's the problem I'm having.
No, I know.
I know,
Which
yeah.
one?
I know.
Left
Left is Sakura, right?
Right
Yeah,
there's
yeah, right?
Kazuha, yeah.
Hoyunjin, we got Sakura. This Chaewon is a fantastic cartoon of her, right?
Fantastic
Very
Chaewon,
good,
yeah.
very
And Kazuha and Eunchae. This Eunchae is also great. They whoever did this did a great job. This artist. So I will let you guys know what type of. I mean, I might re-download to play it if they got Le Seraphim skins, guys.
Yo.
Even though Blizzard as a company and all of their games are completely dead to me at the
Oh,
moment,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
hey, that's kind of cool. The content's going into the game on November 1st. So yeah.
All right. We'll see what the comeback is like. Apparently, it's called Perfect Night.
Yeah, we'll see you guys after the break. We're gonna do a World Cup of K-pop songs from 2013. One might say they're from the golden era. We'll see you guys then. 3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Del Monic, Ellie, Irvtron, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, Tyr, Sue Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, we are back at it with the after show State of the Nation. We are going to be doing a World Cup. Well, it's been a while since we've done a World Cup, but this is the best songs of 2013. Man, this was during the peak of Gen 2 K-pop, right? It was at the peak.
Bops after bop.
Bop.
Yeah. It was like, here's the inspiration behind this, right? Like, I've been seeing on TikTok and like stuff like that a lot, where like people are complaining that fourth generation K-pop right now is not very interesting. People are complaining that it's really shitty compared to 10 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. I don't know. And I was like, well, was it actually good, or are we just being biased because this is what we grew up with? Clearly, I already have the answer for that.
Bro,
But-
you know what I'm looking at this list?
Yeah?
I had an emotional investment in almost all of the artists back then.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I liked more groups than I do now is the main thing I'm
Oh
seeing.
yeah, yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of songs that became iconic over time in this list.
That is also true. Some of these songs did not pop off immediately, but they did over time.
Exactly.
So okay, we're gonna go through 16 great K-pop songs of 2013. I tried to
Yeah.
pull ones that are still mostly relevant now. World Cup style, tournament style. You get the idea.
We should also do 2018 at some point 5 years ago. It's about when we started the pod.
Ooh.
We should do that too.
That's
Oh
yeah, dude.
that's something.
yeah.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Let us know if you guys want something like that. But
All right, let's go.
We'll
I
get
have
started.
I have such strong opinions about some of these songs.
all right, we're gonna get started. Round 1: Infinite Man in Love versus
Ooh.
Sunny 24 Hours.
Oh my god.
Okay. Context. Sunmi 24 Hour has gotten a better reputation over time, right? This was like
It was the beginning.
this was right
Yeah.
after this was right when we started to see Sunmi as a solo artist. Is this before Borumtal or after? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a very.
either.
I think it's before.
This is the first. This is her solo debut.
Solo
That's what I'm saying.
debut.
Like this was the beginning.
Holy shit!
This was
Okay.
iconic.
Man, that early run of 24 hours, full moon, Gashina, heroin into Siren, those 5 in a row, was insane from her. And then on the other side, we have Man in Love from probably the most criminally underrated K-pop group of all time. Right, Anita?
But they're back.
They're back though.
They came back.
They're not dead.
Oh, I gotta give it to Sunmi.
I have to give it to Sunmi too. I think it
Yeah.
is a more iconic song, and I think that Infinite has other songs that are more
agree.
iconic than this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is one of the Infinite songs I had to listen to again because I don't quite remember.
Oh.
24 Hours, on the other hand, that was like such a big hit at the time on like with the general public.
Everybody.
It was super
covering
viral. Everybody was parodying it on TV.
It is still one of the most covered songs on like girl group competition shows when
Yeah.
there's a need to show like, oh, I want to prove to the judges and the audience at home that I could be sexy. This is one of the top 5 songs you're gonna do.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, 100%.
Right.
24 Hours is a fantastic song.
24 Hours by Sunmi.
Yeah,
Progresses
That was such a good
to the next round.
I remember she started coming back, and I'm like, who is this girl? Like, where does she come from? Was the main thing.
All right, round 2 of the round of 16s. We have Gentleman by Psy versus I Got a Boy by Girls' Generation SNSD.
Oh, okay.
I got a boy. I got a boy.
I don't like either of these.
I agree.
Okay. Oh, what? Really?
They're both iconic, just not for the right reason.
Okay, let's put it this way. I Got a Boy was back in the day. It was Sonyoshide's attempt to hit the West, right? This was the attempt. I remember staying up to watch David Letterman so they could come on and perform this.
Shit, right? They were on David
I felt-
fucking Letterman.
And I felt so cringy that this is all we could offer back then. This was almost as bad as when Wonder Girls had a Nickelodeon movie thing.
Oh no.
Here comes trouble.
And this Psy Gentleman, this is like one of the follow-ups to Gangnam, isn't it?
This was
Right?
the
It was a
first.
follow-up, yeah.
It was the first follow-up of Gangnam Style.
Which was not.
This
I mean,
is
you
the
just
one
can't
with
live to
with
the hype.
Guyan in the music video, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mother, father, gentleman. Boom,
Bow.
boom, ba-da, boom, 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 boom.
With the recycle dance from Abracadabra.
People are gonna be very angry of us with our "I Got a Boy" slander. To be completely honest, but
I mean, I thought it was. I mean, in retrospect now, the structure of the song is not amazing, but
this was
I
like
thought it
mixed
was
pop
very
before we had
interesting.
mixed pop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting at the time.
Like the song
Is this
structure,
the
right?
song with that Yuna rap line? Nakam chak bembubia.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! All the cringy like nim.
Okay, here's the thing with me with SNSD, right? I was a big SoOn, not an official member, but I was a big SNSD
too.
fan. Up until like, I want to
look
say
at
like
this.
Hoot. I want to say Hoot was when I started dropping off.
I agree. Hoot was.
And then I stopped paying attention to K-pop for a while, and then like this was on YouTube, and I was like, what happened to these guys? I thought I just lost interest.
No, I like the boys. I agree. I like Mr. Taxi too.
Yeah, I stopped
gotta-
paying attention for other reasons, like not related to Girl Generation.
To be fair, they did Mr. after I Got a Boy, and I like Mr.
Yeah, you like Mr. Look, here's the thing. I Got a Boy tried a lot of different things. It was an attempt to do new things. I always respect that. Gentleman
too.
was a
Not so much.
poor attempt to replicate Gangnam Style, and it was very heartbreaking for me because I know he is capable of so much more as an artist.
I will pick I Got a Boy.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Me too.
Yeah.
I Got a Boy.
it has to. Look at that album cover. God damn.
Round 3, we have Very Good by Block B versus No versus by A-Pink.
Oh my goodness.
A-Pink.
A-Pink.
Very, very. No, you have to pick. Okay. A-Pink No is their most iconic song.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2, if there's a Hall of Fame for girl group songs, it's in there. 100%.
Okay, I can see
but
that.
Let's talk about some context. This is clearly A-Pink's peak. Like it definitely was. It was, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves here.
What else was in the A-Pink discography?
Oh, it's Mr. Chuu and
Mr.
No.
Chuu. Yeah, okay, those two.
Yeah.
Those two, right?
That was their Cheer Up and TT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It was those two. So 2013 and 2014. That's where the peak was. I 100% think that. Block B is one of those groups where if you think about Block B as a whole, they were like a upper mid tier, maybe low high tier boy group their whole run, right? Like but people liked the kids in the group. Like they liked Zico for sure. You know, Zico was still very popular even back then.
Yeah.
If you think about like, hey, you should just name a bunch of notable Block B songs. It's very good. Jackpot, Her, right? Those three.
Niliri Mambo.
Yeah, that one too.
Oh, yes, that one too.
But this was about the peak for them. A-Pink No is just iconic though.
Yeah, I agree with you. Very good is very good, but I think if I had to pick like the Block B song, very good would not be it, but No would be definitely there.
Yeah.
For
No.
Yeah. All right, No moves on to the next round.
Oh, what a song.
Well, we move on to round 4 of round 16. We got Dream Girl by SHINee versus Crooked by G-Dragon.
Dream Girl.
Crooked.
100%.
Crooked.
No.
Order power
Dream
pizza
Girl.
kage. No god. Order power pizza kage. Boom. That was like peak emo GD. Like it was like man, like depressed
but see-
G-Dragon.
Okay.
That song was a huge hit.
I was really?
Yeah. Was it not?
I didn't think it was as like that's not the most memorable thing that I remember from GD of that era.
Of that era? What? Like,
Yeah.
What else would you choose? Like Crayon? Get your
Yeah, I remember Crayon. I remember Crayon more. What else did he do? Was it the same day that XX came?
This is neither artist's best song, in my opinion.
Well, no.
That's the thing.
No.
Yeah.
That's where we're arguing here. We're arguing like these are very good songs from them, very iconic songs from them, but like there's a lot better from either of these people, right? You could always have "You're my heart breaker." Just kidding. That's not.
That sounded very southern for some reason.
Yeah, it was southern. It had some soul in it.
Breaker.
I would pick Crooked, to be honest.
No, Dream Girl.
Dream Girl's great though. But like, if you told me what are your favorite SHINee songs, Dream Girls might come like 10 deep, you know, before we get there. Which is talking about how they have so many good songs, right?
Right.
I would say Everybody, Lucifer, Ring Ding Dong, View, right? There's a lot of songs we got to get through before we get to
Really?
Really, Anita? Is this like top for you? Sherlock?
I feel like for me, I remember Dream Girl a lot because it was around the same time where I was like actively following the group. You know, like the time of the comeback, I was there.
Here's the thing, Anita. The flip side of this is I had to listen to Dream Girl again today, and I didn't remember anything about it.
Whoa.
I think Crooked definitely has a stronger place in my heart because at the time he was active on Infinite Challenge, and that was the variety show I used to watch, and they parodied this a whole bunch on that show. On the other hand,
oh my goodness, SHINee's banger after banger.
They have a lot of bangers.
Videos.
Yeah.
Replay, Love Like Oxygen, Amigo, Juliet. Oh my goodness, Anita. This is insanity here.
Of course. Yes.
Oh my god, this is insanity. I gotta go with Crooked.
I gotta go with Crooked.
G-Dragon was a vibe.
I think it still holds up better like over all these years too. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. I think if anything, it makes you want G-Dragon to do music again more.
Will he?
This era.
What? GD does doing music?
Nah, he's the former art. Nah,
I thought he was a shoe designer.
He ain't no dragon anymore. He's just a G.
He's a shoe
He don't got that dog in him anymore, G-Dragon. You don't got that dog in you. Just saying.
If that pisses you off, release
Please
the
release
fucking
an
album.
album.
Release the fucking album.
Yeah.
Not as good as Frank Ocean. All right.
Hey, Dean, where's your album, bro?
Oh, don't even talk about fucking Kwon Hyuk.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
The
round
best-
five. Round five.
Wow.
Girls' Day, Expectation versus Sistar, Give It To Me.
This is the perfect matchup, is it not?
It really is. It really
This is the perfect
This is a
matchup
tough
for the
one.
super upper, for the low high tier girl groups. This is the matchup, is it not? Like
You are so
this was-
excited.
This was the competition between the 4 girl groups who did sexy concepts. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I can't choose. These are like
Okay. This is my thought process. I feel like. Oh.
What do you feel like? Why'd you say I feel like?
See, the more I think about it, the more.
oh.
I was gonna say, for Sistar, "Give It To Me" was a very iconic song, but I don't think it's the iconic song for them, in my opinion.
What would you say is the Sistar iconic song?
I
Push
feel
Push
like
Baby?
even now. Oh, what were you say?
No. So keep going.
I was gonna say for Sistar, in my opinion, the one song that I feel like it's always referenced to them, or is still referenced nowadays, is "Touch My Body."
Oh.
Yeah, that's the most referenced for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which came a little after, I believe.
Yep. And it's also worth noting that 2013 Sistar activities were split also between Sistar 19 because they did Gone Not Around Any Longer at the same time earlier that year,
Oh yeah.
which was also a huge hit. Along with My Boy. Remember that one?
I love that song.
Yeah.
It's such a great song.
I don't know. I lean a little more towards Expectation. I'll be honest. A
Really,
little bit.
I lean towards "Give It To Me" because that's one of the songs where Hyorin just served the entire way. You know,
She always serves.
Right? Yeah, but this was like peak serving. Whereas even with Girls' Day, this was the suspender dance, obviously very
Yeah,
famous, black
very
outfit
iconic.
with the mesh, and then you got the red suspenders, very iconic. But my favorite Girls' Day song is "Something" anyway, which came out a year later.
I was gonna say something is
Something's
a little
better.
bit
Really?
more
Yeah.
peak for them.
Peak.
Yeah.
Something was like peak for me.
What was something? I
That's
forget.
the song, I think.
How did something go? Shoot.
I just remember the dance.
something,
too.
something. That one,
Okay. I don't remember, but okay. I mean,
bro.
I'm sorry.
You don't remember it at
No,
all?
I don't know. Something about
Well,
the
here's-
chorus is incredibly catchy. It's still in my mind. Ooh, okay. I guess, like, I'm sorry. Like, that's like not again. Not, you know what I mean? Like, that's my vote's on Expectation.
It's a coin toss for me right here. It could go either way.
Well, they all have to make a decision. I made mine.
Well,
Which one? Your Girls' Day?
Expectation.
Girls' Day. Yeah, Expectation.
Well, if both
Okay.
of us can't decide, then it goes to Girls' Day because you have the decide the final vote.
Oh,
Man, Give It To Me is an amazing song.
Give It To Me is great too.
Good song.
Don't get me
It's a
wrong.
good song.
Give It To Me.
Give It To Me is probably my favorite sister song.
You know what? I'll give it to me.
You know what? I'll give it to Sister too.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
Sistar, Give It To Me takes the win. Moves on to the
That's
next
a
round.
great song.
It was
Round-
a good match though.
Round
Oh.
6, we have
Oh my
CL,
God.
the baddest female, versus
Oh, you
EXO
gotta-
with Growl.
Oh, this is not a fair matchup. But Growl?
I'm gonna be
started
honest here. I
boy
will
groups.
die on the EXO Ururong Growl Hill. That's the best song of this year. That's on my honest opinion.
It was the biggest hit.
Out of all of these songs, I think that is the most iconic song on this entire list that I was given before the show started.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
Okay. All right. Counter argument. I don't think Growl has aged too well.
No, I don't think it has either. I don't think it has either.
Listening to it again today, I was like, this doesn't sound very fun or good. It sounds a little too campy for me.
Why do they keep covering it in boy survival shows then?
I don't know. Why are you asking me questions now?
Because I think because it's iconic.
I think just because
sets-
something is iconic doesn't mean it's good.
No, this is this is like a top 5 most iconic songs of the era of Gen 2.
I think the song itself, okay, I could see debatable whether it has aged well or not, but choreography and performance wise, I thought it was like way ahead of its time. Like the way they did the shots.
They did the one take music video too.
One take.
They did with the
It was
gray
so impressive.
uniform.
With the gray in the
cars.
basement with the flashing lights. Yeah.
I also think it's also this opinion is influenced heavily by me being closer to the general public at that point in my life, and a lot of us not invested in K-pop at the time, which was more commonly referred to as idol music at the time. Many of us were not super big on Growl.
No, this song on the western side was a revelation, right, Anita? This was a revelation.
I think so.
'Cause I remember listening to it and I was like, this is what's popular these days?
Because we do Urudong, and then in 2014 we do Overdose, and in 2015 we got Call Me Baby, right, Anita? Those
Call
are
Me
the
Baby
threes
is
in a
like
row.
peak.
Call Me Baby is great.
It's
Overdose,
great.
Tempo. I don't know about Growl.
But you know what set it off?
This was back
Growl.
when Chris Wu was in this group still, right?
Everybody was still there.
They were
before
rookies. They were rookies.
Chris Wu, aka inmate number whatever, was in this group. Just-
Bruh. I think you give it to Growl.
We gotta
Yeah.
give it the ground.
Yeah.
We have to.
Also,
I'm realizing I'm in
I
the
mean,
minority
this is
here.
not fair. This is not a fair match, but the baddest female. That was also a
That's
really
one
great
of-
song.
That's one of the best female soloist tracks we got in the last 10 years. Is still that song.
Still iconic too, yeah.
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 All right. Growl moves on to the next round. While we go to round 7, we have Rum Pum Pum by FX versus
Oh, no.
What Is Your Name by 4 Minute.
No.
Also, I don't know why the thumbnail is upside down, but it is what it is. Deal with it.
Oh,
Here's the thing. Here's how I understand this matchup. Pink Tape Rum Pum Pum was an incredible album. It's an incredible song. Great song.
album.
Very creative song directions. Still stands up today. Versus What Is Your Name does not stand up today whatsoever, but it was incredibly viral that year. It was arguably the
popular.
most popular, successful song of that year.
Also, with Pink Tape, if I was to buy one album, it would be Pink Tape. I think that back then when they did that packaging and it was literally a pink VHS, it was so groundbreaking at the time. Like, I remember everyone was like, "The tape, it's a tape, yo!" I remember this one, and then I remember when G-Dragon did USBs that were leaking, like the red ink was coming off of them. You remember that
was
too?
awful execution.
Yeah, that was from the peak to the worst end, right? Of
Yeah.
packaging that year.
Shitty album, yeah.
And this was back when albums were like fun, like the stuff you can get, like the packaging was really fun.
Right.
Rubber Pum, I think is the best album, but I don't think Rubber Pum as a song holds up super well.
Really?
I kind of agree. I really like a lot of the B-sides on that album, though. That's a great album. Probably one of my favorite from FX.
Pink Tape is objectively speaking one of the best albums of K-pop. Period. It's up there.
I
Good.
prefer Electric Shock to Rum Pum Pum. Really? I prefer New ABO to Rum Pum Pum.
Oh, I love New Age.
Okay, I love
Yeah.
Nipio too,
Exactly.
Four Walls.
but I don't really particularly.
Four-
Walls.
Four Walls was like when everything comes together unexpectedly perfectly. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't know how to describe Four Walls, but like it happened and we like never had that again, right? But it was like when everything comes together and you reach Nirvana, that was Four Walls, right?
It was
Like
great.
that's like when everything's a 10 out of the 10. All of the parts of the
Choreo,
song,
sound,
people, the sound, the art
direction,
direction, the music video. That's what Four Walls is, right?
Perfect song.
I would pick What's Your Name just because I think it's like it's so iconic.
Song wise, yeah.
Oh man, this hurts me.
Man, this when we go back and we talk about older groups and stuff, I don't get emotional. I get so nostalgic. It's painful. Do you know what I mean?
You're getting so emotional right now. Shut up.
Yeah.
Because I remember these groups, and I remember at the time cheering for these guys, right? Like, so I was like, oh my God, you got to make it.
Rooting
Come on,
for them,
we can do it,
supporting
right? Yeah. That was a great time.
Oh, man. I vote for Rum Pum Pum, but it looks like you guys are voting for What's Your Name?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
just
to.
by song alone, but album-wise...
This was like Song of the Year
was great.
contender that year.
It was arguably the most popular song of that year.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to.
I know Growl's up there too, but commercially this was wildly successful.
What's the last? Oh my God, we have.
What's Your Name moves on? Round
Exodia
8.
is next. Exodia.
We have Crayon Pop Bar 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 versus The Red Shoes by IU.
Can I drop a hot take?
Sure. Drop it. Drop
I
it.
don't like the red shoes.
What?
Really?
That's what's a hot take.
That's quite... Yeah.
There was something. Well, for context.
How could you?
For context. No, I'm not saying I hate it. It's just not my. It's not in my like top echelon of IU stuff, right?
Really?
For me,
That's up there for me.
Y'all know what my favorite IU song is, right?
Good Day?
You and I is
You
my
and I.
favorite IU song.
That's a great song.
That's like
That's up there for me, too.
Red Shoes for me was just like the Red Shoes. I felt like for me, it came off too Broadway for me at the time. I remember like
I love the music
You don't like
video and the
big band
dancing
jazz?
and the... Yeah,
I wasn't the
thought that
biggest
was so
fan of it.
cool.
Dude, it's like K-pop Great Gatsby. What do you want?
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I don't know what it was about that.
Wow, really? Look at that album cover too, like modern times, art.
If
retro
anything, my
style.
favorite song of IU from 2013 is Friday. That's my favorite song.
Okay, that song was successful too. It was good. But Red Shoes, my guy.
Let's do a quick thing. I'm gonna name a song that you have to verse Red Shoes against, and you have to
okay.
tell me which one you prefer.
Okay.
Palette.
Red
versus
Shoes.
Red Shoes.
Red Shoes.
23 versus Red Shoes. It's
Red
Red Shoes.
Shoes.
Really?
I might actually give it a
Yeah.
23 there.
Through the Night.
Oh, Red
Red
Shoes.
Shoes.
Red Shoes.
Okay. Yeah, and then I wasn't a huge fan of BP. That's my like least. I don't know.
Red Shoes still.
Here's the thing with K-pop in the early 2010s. There was a songwriter called Lee Min-soo, who is now under Mystic Entertainment. He has written some of the greatest bangers of Brown Eyed Girls and IU. You and I is one of them. Red Shoes
Yes.
is one of them.
my
Bloom
favorite.
by Guyan is one of them. A bunch of Sunny
Oh,
Hills tracks.
Bloom.
Yeah.
Oh, Bloom.
A lot of the Brown Eyed Girls hits, like Abracadabra, Sign, His Voice,
Ooh.
all of these were written by this guy called Lee Min-soo, and I think a lot of that classic K-pop sound comes from this guy, and that's where into the modern times, pun not intended, you get some of that left with Ring by Ring and Billlie, because he's the main songwriter there. Ever since then, he's been kind of absent. I don't know what he's up to, but
Can I retract my opinion? It's like 5th place for me.
Okay, that's fair.
I just looked
That's
through
fair.
this list. I looked through this list, and I think the older
Reconsidered.
stuff, I think the older stuff like holds up way better. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I agree.
Like,
yeah.
like pre 2017, like BP was the change, right? Like that's I think the mark of different eras, right? In 2018, I think the pre stuff holds up way better than the new stuff.
There was a point where she
Red
started
Shoes?
producing. I'd even say the shift was with Cheshire, the album, right? Because up until that point, it was clear what her production direction was, and after Cheshire, she got a lot more involved in the production.
Yeah, 23 was something. Oh my goodness.
Right. Well, 23 was very out there for IU, right? Like, that
Yes,
very
it
different.
was. It
Yeah.
was.
That was a big shift in terms of fuck this idol shit. I want to do something else. But like from Good Day into Friday Night. I think
God,
that marks
when
an
I
era.
think of IU, I keep thinking of that Matilda concept she had with Park Byung-soo and how he made her do like techno. Like some of those videos are the funniest shit ever. from
Oh, it's
IU.
funny, yeah.
But no, okay. Ba. We need to talk about it. It
Okay.
was one of the most viral, like Out of
Memes.
nowhere, things happen. Meme songs ever.
Yeah. Do I listen to it nowadays? No.
No.
Could I listen to Red Shoes nowadays? Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
It was really funny though. It was a good time. We had fun.
It was a fun.
We had a fun.
You
fun
you
thing
could you
right
could
there.
marry Moon Hee-jun if you do pa pa pa, guys. Just saying.
I don't think I want to marry Moon Hee-jun.
Why not, dude?
I don't want
Come
to.
on.
This is I don't.
Okay, I Red Shoes wins here. I
right.
retract my
Yay.
slander. I will
There we go.
downgrade it. I will downgrade it. It's good.
Red Shoes takes the win.
Just not my cup of tea.
All right,
It's
folks.
gonna get harder.
We're moving on to the quarterfinals. We're starting off with Growl versus I Got a Boy. Growl.
It's got to be Growl here.
Growl.
Growl.
It's got to be Growl. This is easy. It's easy now.
All right, round 2. We have Red Shoes versus Give It To Me. Red Shoes. Red Shoes.
Ooh.
Red Shoes.
So Anita, you get to decide because I prefer Give It To Me because I'm a big fan of that song. So you get to choose, Anita.
Can I add a little bit about Red Shoes real quick? It's also representative of a movement in K-pop that was popular back then with like jazz sounds, like upbeat jazz sounds being placed all over K-pop. Like Primary was doing a lot of that thing of like this like big band jazz
Primary,
thing.
dude. Man.
Right, remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was for some reason kind of popular back then. Kind of died out now, sure, but like it's representative
It
of
did.
that musical movement that I think was really cool. Give It To Me, does it represent something? Yeah, it does actually. Probably something more, if anything. But
Hey, so this was a IU not music year. You think next year it's an IU music year, Warren?
I don't know. Is that what she does nowadays? Like,
These days, right? She's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna. She's like, I either have a
She
rest
was in-
year, I have an actress year, or I have a music year. You know,
She had like a tour though, right? Concert.
she's
in
in
a
a concert
tour,
tour
yeah.
year. Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
a non-releasing music year, pretty much. She's doing a tour year. Anita, which one? Are you
oh,
gonna-
you.
Hard one.
you. 나는요.
오빠가 조금.
Wait, what?
I think I'll give it to IU.
Okay, that's
In
fair.
this case,
That's fair.
Let's go.
I just love
it's
Give
just
It
a
To
really
Me.
great package.
All right. Red Shoes progresses to the next round. We got round 3. We have No versus Crooked. Yeah, no.
No, no, no.
No. Yeah.
No,
No, no.
That's iconic.
It's iconic.
All right, round 4. We have What's Your Name versus 24 Hours.
I
your name?
think
24 Hours.
that 24 Hours is a better song. But if I want to think what is the best of 2023, it's What's Your Name. Do you get what I'm saying there?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I think 24 Hours is both.
Really?
I don't
think it
think
was a
24
really-
Hours has the same level of relevance versus What's Your Name
Really?
right now.
Really?
Oh,
I don't agree with
right
that.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But like everybody and their mothers back when What's Your Name was around, like they were like,
이름이 뭐예요?
전화번호 뭐예요? What's your name? You know what I mean? Like 24 Hours is also representative of a time where Sunmi was still in JYP. I think this one and the one after was the last 2 songs she did with JYP before she moved to Make Us Entertainment. And that's when she started doing stuff like Gashina. And that was very different from the stuff that she did before. So that JYP sound is really prevalent in 24 Hours. Like you can tell he wrote the song, he overlooked the direction, all that. I think that's discoverable in a lot of other songs too. Not exclusive to 24 Hours. That being said, is What's Your Name the most unique song of the era? No, it's not. But like, it's got a catchy chorus.
That's like whatever your love scenario was in, it would beat a lot of songs.
Thought
You know what I mean?
Scenario is
Yeah.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's pick 4 minute. Let's do it. Do it.
All right, 4 minute takes the win.
Oh, in the semifinals?
We are in the semifinals now. We have What's Your
Oh.
Name versus No.
No, no, no.
No.
No, no, no.
Takes the
I think
win.
they're gonna win.
I think No might win, yeah.
No, no, no.
All right. Growl versus Red Shoes.
Oh.
I have to pick Ururong, guys. I
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
gotta be EXO.
Yeah, if it's made it
Gotta
this
be
far,
EXO.
it's gotta go to Growl.
Gotta be EXO.
All right, folks.
Wow.
This is the final decision. You have No versus Growl. A-Pink versus EXO.
If we think about all the songs, the 16 songs we covered this week, I think these are the 2 most iconic songs of this year.
I would agree. They're up there.
Iconic, yeah.
Wow, this is a toughie. But I'm gonna die on my hill, guys.
EXO.
I'm gonna die on my Ururong hill.
Okay, I will provide a little bit of a picture before I make a decision. 2013, I was in high school. I was actually I was in second to third year of high school. I was not listening to that much K-pop, but I was hanging out with some friends. At the early bit of 2014, they're gonna hate me for saying this. Me and a bunch of friends, we participated in something called Culture Show. I mean, you can guess what that is. People come on,
Yes.
do their things
know.
of their culture. I was I'm Korean, so even though I don't listen to that much K-pop, I didn't listen to that much K-pop at that point. I was like, yo, let's do it. Sounds fun. The girls did no. The guys did growl. I danced.
Wow.
Growl. The video is on YouTube still. I'm not providing the link. Y'all can dispatch it yourself if you want. But because of all those painful memories of training and practice of dance that I'm not capable of doing, I preferred no. Because when no came on, I sat in the back and watched the girls do the dance.
I also did EXO Ururong in a club.
See, it's a thing that you do.
The choreo wasn't too difficult, other than your knee bashing the floor every time you practice it. It's not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. We all looked weird. There was something about it.
I think Ururong, you feel real cool when you do it, but when you watch the film, it ain't too cool.
You look like you're like being racist towards monkeys or
Do I
some
look
shit.
like Chris? Do I look like Baekhyun? Do I look like?
No.
Do I look like Kai? Do I look like Chris Wu did in 2013? No, yeah. But do not have that level of swagger.
Because I was able to watch no with a lot of rest from my seat. I picked no.
I pick Ururong.
EXO, yeah.
Yep.
EXO.
I wish this is the tie. Like you mentioned it, like this is the top.
No,
Yeah, this is the
Anita.
top.
There's no tie. That's no.
Okay, there's no tie.
No tie.
But in my
Growl
head-
wins. Growl is now the best song of 2013, decided by us.
Yay.
If you do not agree,
Who cares?
who cares?
This is for us.
share your favorite song
Let
from
us know which one of 2023 was your favorite. Let us know if you want us to do that again. Yeah. Just it's been episode 255.
Guys,
We've
you
had
guys
a lot
know
of-
what the actual song of 2013 was?
Oh God,
What?
what is it?
Cherry Blossom Ending by Busker Busker.
That's
Oh, you're
correct.
so right.
You're
They
right.
won over
It's not
EXO
K-pop,
that year.
but yeah, that's the song.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So right.
this has been SojuTalk. I have been Warren. This is not our normal outro.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.